Okay, it is about the middle of June, and so these tomatoes have been in here a few weeks, 3 or 4 weeks. They've gotten a lot bigger, and now they're starting to develop their leaders that I'm going to choose. So just to kind of show you what I'm talking about, on this one here, which is the cherry tomato, so right now you want to wait until you see the first kind of flower cluster right there, and then you'll come down and you'll see a sucker, which if you guys have grown tomatoes before, you know what those are. They come out of every elbow kind of in the tomato plant, and you want to keep that one, and that one's going to be your main second leader. And so this one right here will be the first one, which is the actual top, and then this will be the second one, which is going to be the most kind of powerful one. It's going to have the most nutrients. So you want to wait until you see the first flower cluster. I've gone up quite a few nodes and taken out all the suckers down below out of all of these other elbows, and you want to keep, I call these the sun leaves because they're kind of the main photosynthesis engines of the plant, and so I keep most of those. These ones on the bottom I will cut off eventually when they start kind of getting brown and touching the ground a little bit more, but that is going to be the central leader. And then I'm going to start training this one to go over to the side of the cage, and then I'll take some string and kind of bring this one over to the side too. And then on these ones, I've actually already started kind of bending the plant over towards the cage, and so as you can see, here's the flower cluster, here was the sucker, so it's going to be the main second leader, and I'm just going to bring them over here to the cage and kind of attach them to the cage. And I like to use these little tomato trellis clips. Are really easy to attach stuff to and detach and move them around and even reuse them next year. So I really like those. Just order them off Amazon. So I've kind of done that with all my tomatoes. This one here is the Brandywine, and it's got the biggest kind of second leader right now, and so I'm already starting to tie that with twine, and I've got the clip down there and just kind of slowly trying to bend it over to the side, and then I'll do the same with the one on the right. So I'll show you when these guys are all attached and we start seeing some production. All right, it is the end of the first week in July, and this is what my tomatoes look like. They've probably at least doubled in size since my last video, and I've got most of the 2 liters attached. The only one that I didn't get is this black creme, but it's pointing over towards there. It's going to get there soon, but I'm already seeing lots of production, especially in the cherry tomatoes, which is normal. That's the first one that you're going to see. So these sweet cherry 100s are already putting a bunch on. The Brandywines down here, that first cluster has got almost 8 or 9, and then I see the second cluster coming out. And the main reason I just do the 2 liters is because you want to develop those fruits early. I in the past have had 3 or 4 different leaders, and you'll get the production, but a lot of the times the fruit will come later in the season and they won't even really ripen. So you want to get those done early and often. And kind of the secret method that I use if you don't have bees and stuff floating around is to use an electric toothbrush. And last year I used my own toothbrush, but this year I bought a tool off of Amazon for, it was 18 bucks. It's called Be the Bee, and all you do is you come out here with the new flowers and just kind of stimulate them a little bit, and the pollen will come flying out. Especially with these heirloom tomatoes that are a little harder to pollinate, they may need a little more help than normal. But last year I had great results kind of just doing this, so why not? Let's try it out. So if you guys want to see what these look like in the late summer when I got production and stuff, please give me a subscribe and I'll show you what everything looks like after it's produced. Bye.